Hello everyone, I'm Anathman von Stichenstein, and I would actually like to talk about quite a controversial subject matter. So, browsing YouTube, I found, obviously you look at Misfit videos, Blitzkid videos, even some Death Rock videos. You go to comment section, you typically see things about like, oh, I saw them back in like '97, they were great, so on and so forth. But I actually saw a couple of comments that at first I was like, oh, you're an idiot, who would say this? And then I actually got to thinking, and it made me wonder, are the Misfits ruining the horror punk scene? So what I mean by this is, they a lot of people were saying that I actually saw one comment said the Misfits are the worst thing that has happened to horror punk, which was a weird statement. I saw another person say horror punk would be better without the Misfits. And I saw just a couple of comments like this, but it did raise a question in my mind. Well, have they? Are they? No one's going to argue that the Misfits are one of the greatest bands ever. They were different for their time, and they spawned a genre from it. So many acts, even that aren't even punk acts, have said that the Misfits are in fact a inspiration for them. But has horror punk been bogged down by the Misfits continuing to exist? Is the question I'm raising today. From these comments, it feels like, even if it's just a small part of the scene, that is their opinion. You might hear me struggling to actually talk about this, mostly because when for those who don't know too much about horror punk, the Misfits are kind of like God. They would be the beginning and end for horror punk for so many people, and they in fact did inspire the actual genre itself into existence. So many bands you would not have without them. So it is a little bit hard for me to try to take a negative approach towards the band as opposed to an absolutely positive approach. So, but I'm going to try anyway. Because as a community, I want to understand certain ideas, and I'm hoping to get some feedback too. Definitely fill out a comment. Just drop it down below. Love to read it and talk back with you. So trying to go towards that negative approach, is it possible that the scene is being held down because of the Misfits? To support this idea, I'm not saying I necessarily do support it, but just to play devil's advocate, I did do a bunch of YouTube searches. I searched horror punk. One of the things you search for horror punk is you will actually see some playlists, and the playlist will be like 70% Misfit songs, then Samhain, then Danzig. You may have an AFI song, and you look at that, and when you think about, like, there's so many bands that everybody who says that they like horror punk should already know, like the Crimson Ghost, the other, Blitzkid, Argyle. These are bands that for me are day one stuff. And yet you have full playlists that say that they're horror punk playlists, and the biggest thing is that, this playlist might also have Michael Graves' solo project stuff. That's all good and everything, but horror punk definitely goes beyond the Misfits. And for a lot of people, when you say horror punk, they think the Misfits, maybe Wednesday 13, maybe Danzig, Doyle's project, Michael Gray's project, and that's it. If it's not some way, in shape or form, related to them, or you'll have the Wednesday 13ers who will say things like, oh, Wednesday 13, Frankenstein dolls. I mean, Frankenstein drag doll. Frankenstein drag queens from Planet 13, murder dolls. You know, basically anything that's connected to this one band. That's horror punk for them. And it's a bubble. And there's more to it. Perhaps the Misfits continuing to exist as an active band in any shape or form has promoted this? Maybe? I'm not sure. You do have some bands that are also trying to be Danzig voice ripoffs, which, if you listen to bands like Blitzkit or Zombiecock's a great band. Voice is very much different, and it's good music. So there's other things people could be doing, but a lot of them are choosing not to because they're trying to emulate the Misfits and then be the Misfits. Which I know in a lot of genres, like, say, I know street punk, there's a lot of bands that try to sound like the Casualties. But is the horror punk scene / genre a little bit more severe in that respect? It might be. I kind of think it is. Once again, I'm not saying that this is hands down my opinion. I love the Misfits as a band. So please don't give me too much hate. I'm sure I might get some hate. I hope that anyone who got this far, you're awesome. But once again, I would really appreciate if you leave a comment down below because I'm actually really interested in your opinion. So, I'm Anathema von Stitchenstein saying stay creepy, guys.